Freely falling body means a body is dropped from the certain height, So suppose this is a small object, u is equal to 0, it is falling down towards the surface of our earth. So now what happens when the body is falling down here? Now it is pulled towards the earth. Actually, it is pulled towards the center of the earth, because of gravitational force. Gravitational force you have to understand. First of all, what is a gravitational force? Every two bodies attract each other, so always any body in air will be pulled down towards the earth. So a body is on the earth also, it will be experiencing the gravitational force towards the center of the earth. So the gravitational force is mg. Gravitational force they are calling it as mg. So the force is there means acceleration is there. Generally force formula will write mass into acceleration. Here what is the acceleration mean? This acceleration is provided because of gravitational force. Because of earth gravity, we are able to observe the gravitational force. So earth gravity we are able to observe gravitational force, and that always that gravitational force acts towards the center of the earth. So either the body is going up or body is coming down, it will always earth will pull towards it. So that is the basic information. And here this acceleration due to gravitational force we are writing it as g. Acceleration because of gravitational force we are writing it as g. So when it is going up, we will take it as body is going up, the acceleration is minus g. When the body is coming down, acceleration is plus g. Okay, this topic everything we will discuss in very detail in the chapter gravitation. Now just basic information we required. What is the basic information we required? We have two things, a equal to minus g when body is projected up, and we will take a equal to plus g, the body is coming down. Why like that? When coming down it accelerates, and going up it will decelerates. It decelerates while body going up. It decelerates. Body coming down it accelerates. So two things we have, acceleration, deceleration. So gravitational force, always the gravitational force that pull is downward. Either the body is going up or body is coming down, doesn't matter, it's always downward. Because of gravitational force, the acceleration what we are observing is called as g. G value will be taking 9.8 meter per second square. If they don't mention in the problem, generally they will be mentioning in the problem sometimes 9.8 meter per second square or 10 meter per second square. So in problems when they didn't mention any information about small g, so you can take it as small g information is not mentioned, better to take 9.8 meter per second square. And one more secret is, actually for this chapter concern, now what we are discussing freely falling body, here no problem with g, just g we are discussing in a very simple way. Here we don't have that many complications. Here we are taking a equal to minus g while going up, and a equal to plus g while coming down, and g value generally will be taking it as 9.8 meter per second square or 10 meter per second square. Frankly speaking, this value is not constant, this value is variable actually. Suppose you take the poles, it is different. Equator's value is different. Equator g value is minimum, at poles g value is maximum. So at equator at g value is that is the minimum value at equator, and g at poles is maximum. And frankly speaking, this is not a fixed value. From place to place on the earth it changes. If you go above the earth it changes, if you go below the earth it changes. If you go to the center of the earth, the g value will become 0. So place to place, its value is changing. If you go above the earth, its value will decrease. At the center of the earth, its value is 0. And if you take any point on any other place on the here, everywhere not same. At poles, it is different. At equator, it is different. So G is not a fixed value. But for this concept point of view, you no need to think that much. Simply remember till this information only. That is the first point. A is minus G while going up, A equal to plus G while coming down, and G values they have to take either 9.8 meter per second square or 10 meter per second square in this chapter motion in straight line, motion in straight line, because the freely falling body the topic where we are discussing. In motion in straight line chapter we are discussing this information. Okay, I hope you are clear with this one. Now coming to our target, freely falling body, freely falling body. Freely falling body means any body dropped means initial velocity is 0. It is coming toward the center, it is coming towards the earth, or actually it always gravitational pull will be towards the center of the earth. Okay, no problem, no need to tell it is coming towards center, it is coming down. So here A equal to plus G, A equal to plus G, and let us take here velocity it acquired is V. Here let us take here velocity is V, and it travel a displacement S is equal to suppose H, S equal to H. So whenever we say freely falling body, immediately U equal to 0, A equal to plus G, S equal to H. These points you have to remember. So actually equations of motion what we know means V is equal to U plus AT, S is equal to UT plus of AT square, S is equal to UT plus of AT square, V square minus U square is equal to 2AS, Sn is equal to U plus A by 2 into 2n minus 1. These are equations of motion. Now by substituting the above values, how they are going to change, let us observe. The first equation you observe, here everywhere U equal to 0, substitute U equal to 0, A equal to plus G, wherever U is there 0, wherever A is there plus G. If you substitute and the place of S, in the place of S also H, U0, A plus G, SH. Substituting that, we can write here V is equal to, now V equal to GT, H is equal to of GT square. Now again what we can write here, V square is equal to 2GH. Again we can write here Hn is equal to G by 2 into 2n minus 1. So these are the equations in freely falling body, freely falling body. Now okay, freely falling body, these equations we got. I hope you understood how to write these equations of motion in freely falling body. Simply we are substituting what, U equal to 0, A equal to plus G, and S is equal to H. The remaining everything automatically you will get these equations from equations of motion. These are the equations of motion in freely falling body condition. I hope it is clear. Now let us observe vertically projected upward body and downward body. First let us select vertically projected down, vertically projected downward body, vertically projected down. What do you mean by vertically projected down? U is not equal to 0, U is not equal to 0. You cannot take U value 0. So vertically projected down means throwing down, throwing down means initial velocity is not 0. Initial velocity is not 0, remaining everything is same. So initial velocity is not 0 means you cannot put U as 0. U has some value, otherwise throwing down means here U has some value. So U plus GT, H equal to UT plus of GT square. Here V square, what should I write? Minus, we have to write here V square minus U square is equal to 2GH. Hn is equal to, what should I write? U plus G by 2, 2n minus 1. So in previous situation what we did here means we have taken U also 0. Here we are not taking U 0. That's the only difference. Remaining everything is same. See, S equal to H, A equal to plus G, everything is same. So here U is not equal to 0. U is not equal to 0. So everywhere you have to substitute the value of U. The value of U. That is the information here vertically projected down. Next, vertically projected up. Suppose they are asking us to find what is vertically projected up situation. Let us take carefully the diagram and everything better. Let us analyze and go ahead further. So vertically projected up, you have to take little care. That is, I am projecting the body up like this. Here A equal to minus G. A is equal to minus G. Body projected with a velocity U. At maximum height, velocity is 0. So this is the velocity is 0 at maximum height point velocity is 0. So now I am not discussing at maximum height point, I am taking one point below the maximum height. I have taken one point below the maximum height. So the below the maximum height, let me take from here to a distance as small h. Let me take from here to a distance as small h, not capital H. Somewhere between the initial and final point, anywhere that point can be, somewhere I have taken one point, and for that point the height is small h. So here velocity is now not 0, it has velocity at this point. The velocity at this point is v. So why I have taken like that means I am not interested for taking capital H, I am taking till only small h. I am considering till small h, because at capital H means I have to put V value as 0. V value as 0 I have to substitute. As I am not interested in putting V value 0, so I have taken one point below the maximum height. I will discuss what will happen at maximum height also, but now I am discussing at below the maximum height point, somewhere below the maximum height point. Okay, beta. So here acceleration is minus g, s equal to h. If a body has to project up, definitely initial velocity must be there. Without initial velocity we can't project up. So initial velocity is there. At that height h, velocity is v, a equal to minus g. So substituting this one, all the equations, simply here what you substitute now, a is minus g, s equal to h, remaining everything as usual. Let us check it out now. So everywhere my target is putting a equal to minus g, s is equal to h. So now first equation a equal to minus g. So v equal to u minus gt. Second equation already we substituted, that is what we substituted, s equal to h. So another thing what you are substitute here is a equal to minus g. Again here v square minus u square equal to 2 into minus g into h, I am taking only small h beta. So again last equation hn is equal to u minus g by 2 into 2n minus 1. So these are the equations of motion in vertically projected up situation. So nothing, everywhere in the place of a I am substituting minus g, in the place of s h, a value minus g, that is the information what I have provided to you in vertically projected upward. So now the question, somebody can ask me that, sir, you told at maximum height point is there. No sir, why you left that point? I didn't left that point, I am continuing with that one now beta. You can observe here carefully. U is the velocity of projection. This is the maximum height. At maximum height the velocity is 0. At maximum height the velocity is 0. So s equal to h, body projected up we told. Body projected up means A is equal to minus G. A equal to minus G. So now here what should we write now? Equations of motion, we can write it as V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. V square minus U square equal to 2AS. What is the V value here? V value is 0. U value here U only. A value minus G. S value I am taking it as, what is S value I am taking? S value I am taking it as capital H. S value I am taking it as capital H. So here minus minus cancel means I can write from this expression, I can write two things. From this expression I can write maximum height formula as U square by 2G. Maximum height formula as U square by 2G. Or from that equation minus minus cancel and we can write U is equal to root over 2GH. So these are the two expressions what we got, that is a maximum height formula in terms of velocity of projection and velocity of projection U in terms of maximum height. H equal to U square by 2G or U is equal to root over 2GH. So this is the information what we got for the body is projected towards the maximum height. This is the situation. Now we have to analyze some beautiful points here. Observe carefully. Now one application I am going to discuss. Here what I told is a body is taken and here a body is projected with initial velocity, and after that what happened, it went up to the maximum height and came back and strikes the ground. Striking velocity is Vs. So from here to here it is called as maximum height. At maximum height velocity is 0. It is projected up means here we have to write A equal to minus G. Here you have to write A equal to plus G. So now it went to maximum height means the time taken to reach the maximum height is called as TA, and time taken from maximum height to down ground is TD. Here what are these terms? Let us analyze the terms. TA, time of ascent. Time of ascent means time taken for the body to reach the maximum height. TD, time of descent. So time of descent means time taken for the body from where dropped to reach the ground. From where it is dropped to reach the ground, the time taken is called time of descent. Time of ascent from point of projection, from where they projected to reach the maximum height. From point of projection to reach maximum height, time taken is called time of ascent. From maximum height to ground reaching the time is called time of descent. So TA is time of ascent, TD is time of descent. There is a term called U and there is a term called Vs. What is U and what is Vs? U is called velocity of projection. Here Vs is velocity of striking. Now I want relation between these quantities, how time and time of ascent and time of descent are linked, how velocity of projection and velocity of striking are linked to each other. I want relation. So this is a body projected up, and body projected up like that, it went to, what happened here, body projected up, it went to maximum height and again reached back to the ground. So this information we are going to discuss now. Let us check it out. First I am dividing this one into two parts. This is the first part and this is the second part. Here what is first part and second part? First part indicates projected up condition in first part. Second part indicates freely falling. Freely fall. Like that I am taking two pots here, first pot and second pot. In first pot you can observe first pot projected up, second pot freely falling. So I will discuss separately for first pot and second pot, then I will derive the relation between both. Observe carefully from now onwards. Here I am taking the first pot alone. First pot alone means here to here. Body projected with u, a equal to minus g, and the maximum height it reached is capital H, and velocity is equal to 0. Already we observed that if you take the equation v square minus u square equal to 2as, what should I write here? So u is equal to v value is 0 minus u square, body projected up means minus g, and displacement I told that displacement will be writing it as h, displacement we will be writing it as a h, so s is equal to h. So from here I can write u is equal to, that implies u is equal to root over 2gh. We got velocity of projection formula we got. Now our target is, so first we have taken v square minus u square equation and we derived velocity of projection over. So now we want time of Sn, the time taken to reach from the point of projection to maximum height is called time of Sn. Now to discuss the time of Sn, I am taking the help of the equation. Now equation of motion that I am taking here is v is equal to u plus at. V is equal to u plus at. What is the v value? 0. U. Here what should I write? Minus g. T is called, here time is called time of ascent. Time is taken as time of ascent. So T is equal to Te. Substituting this one, what I am going to get here, observe time of ascent is equal to, I can write u by g. From this expression, here you observe carefully, u minus gt is there. So if you can simplify that one, you will get it as, what will get beta? Time of ascent is u by g. Time of ascent is u by g. So further to simplify, further you want to simplify, I can write time of ascent is equal to u by g. Just now we observed u as root over 2gh by g, root over 2gh by g. From here I can derive time of ascent formula. If you take g into the square root, it will become g square, and I will get the expression time of ascent is equal to root over 2h by g. Time of ascent is root over 2h by g. So these are the expressions. Remember equation 1, and this is equation number 2. This is equation number 3. This is equation number 3. Three equations you remember. After this, let us go to the second part. Here now I am checking the second part here. Observe carefully the second part. Second part is freely falling body. U equal to 0. It is falling here. Freely falling body, A equal to G, and velocity of striking is Vs. S value is equal to maximum height, that is capital H. So now this is the expression what we found here. So now here what I am doing means, again I am taking the first equation like this. So first point I am taking first equation of motion, v square minus u square equal to 2as. Substituting the equations there, what I can write? V value is vs square, initial velocity is 0, and a equal to coming down plus g, a value coming down plus g, s value is h. So from here I can write Vs is equal to root 2gh. Vs is equal to root 2gh. So this equation I am calling it as equation number 4. This Vs is velocity of striking. It is root over 2gh. Now observe carefully here. Again I want time taken to reach down. So time taken to reach down, let me write it as T is equal to TD, time of descent, time taken to reach the ground from freely fall to the ground point is called time of descent. Here, what should I write next? Again, I am taking the equation help here. S is equal to ut plus of a t square, equation of motion I am taking here. You observe carefully now. In this one, substituting the values, S value as h, u value as 0, and of a value plus g, t is td square. So from that expression, I can write td is equal to root over 2h by g. Td is equal to root over 2h by g. So this is my equation number 5. Equation number 5. So observe our equations what we derived. First, what is the concept of this application? We projected up. And it reached maximum and coming down. Here going up time is called time of ascent. Coming down time is called time of descent. And acceleration minus g while going up. Acceleration plus g while coming down. So here velocity of projection u, velocity of striking vs. This is the first part. This is the second part. Two parts I have taken. And then what happened? I have taken the first part here. In the first part, vertically projected up. Here in first part means simply I can say vertically projected up. Projected up part is first part. Projected up. So here projected up, what we noticed here, u is projected velocity, v value 0, s equal to st equal to time of ascent, a equal to minus g. By substituting in v square minus u square equal to as, we got u equal to root 2 gh, equation 1. By substituting in v equal to u plus at, we got time of ascent formula as u by g, and equation number 2. U value already we observed root over 2 gh, substituting u value root over u value, here we got root 2 gh, substituting root 2 gh, we got time of ascent is root over 2 h by g. This is equation number 2 and equation number 3. Next, second situation, what we told here. Here it is freely falling. Now in the second situation means nothing but freely falling situation. In freely falling situation, what happened? Initial velocity is 0, coming down, striking velocity vs, time of descent td, s equal to h. First substituting v square minus u square equal to as expression, what I got here is vs is root over 2 gh. And similarly again substituting in s equal to ut plus of a t square equation, I got time of descent as root over 2h by g, root over 2h by g. Fourth equation, fifth equation. Now let us observe what observations what we made till now. What are our observations? In this note point, observations what we observed. The first one, velocity of projection. Velocity of projection is root 2 gh. And second one, time of ascent is u by g, or I can also write root over 2h by g. Next, third point. So vs, velocity of striking, root over 2 gh. Again fourth point, we can observe that time of descent as root over 2h by g. So now what are conclusions here? The observations what we made, we discussed. So from here the conclusions are velocity of projection is equal to velocity of striking is equal to root over 2 gh. That means velocity of projection and velocity of striking are equal. Observe carefully here, u value root 2 gh, v value also root 2 gh. Both are equal means both the velocities are equal. Next, time of ascent is equal to time of descent. Time of ascent is equal to time of descent. How you know? Observe this one, root over 2h by g. Here also root over 2h by g. That means both are equal. So I can write it as root over 2h by g here. Root over 2h by g. And also I can write it as, So u by g, observe carefully here, u by g, I can write as u by g. So u by g, I am writing it as u by g. Just observe here, what is u and vs both are same, u and vs both are same. So now this expression I can also write it as, vs by g. So vs by g. This is the information about time of ascent, time of descent, velocity of projection and velocity of striking. I hope it is clear. Next, observe carefully here. So I am going to introduce one more term called time of flight. Time of flight. Time of flight is nothing but total time of journey. So total time taken for body to remain in air is called time of flight. Now time of flight is time of ascent plus time of descent, time of ascent plus time of descent. So already we know that time of ascent and time of descent, time of ascent equal to time of descent is equal to root over 2h by g. From this, what is the time of flight? T is equal to root over 2h by g plus root over 2h by g. I can write 2 into root over 2h by g. If you take the 2 into the square root, I can write root over 8h by g, because 2 when it go into the square root it will become 4. Already 2 is there, 4 into 2, 8h by g. Or time of ascent, time of descent, we can also write u by g plus u by g. I can write 2u by g. I can also write 2vs by g, because u and vs are equal. So what is time of flight? Total time taken for the body to remain in air is called time of flight. This is the topic related to the freely falling body, vertically projected downward body, vertically projected upward body. I hope you understood today's class better. Thank you each and everyone.